rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a
outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the turf, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the book. Tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the turf, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full.
Toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free. That's
a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Vikings are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. They got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Knight. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
It certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They deep on the ground with Elliott. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Now a play fake here on first down.
That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Knight. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
To throw on 2nd down. Knight.
And he comes back with one complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. It's hard to do. When you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Back to throw again. The quick slant caught.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave it with a third and about 3 to go. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call it a drive of success. Yeah, that's what things can build because of those vehicles. Now, they got to build another drive. Avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Knight. And complete. Right side to Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Knight. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Knight. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Knight. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw. Knight. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Off play action. Knight. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 22, Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Prescott. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle there by Lewis Sean.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Vikings 3. Jonathan Garibay, the kickoff for the
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a jump. All right, guys, everyone,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that will work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st and 10, Knight firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking to throw. Knight throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll get this down here around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Knight going for the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had a very solid 1st half, and as we near the end of that 1st half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this 1st half.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
On 2nd down, Elliott. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 125 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Prescott on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at the 18-yard line. We don't see this quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Looking to throw on second down. Knight. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Knight. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Garabay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knight. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Knight. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. There he goes left side. 20. 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jonathan Garibay, the kickoff for the Cowboys.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Knight firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Knight. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Jonathan Garibay to kick off for the Cowboys.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it at the 37. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
135 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Slot man moves right. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. It's complete to Snead. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Knight, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
At the Vikings' 42-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. They find some open field here. Powering forward. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw is Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! Michael Gallup from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. To throw, Knight. And he's got his big tight end over the middle. Complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. That 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw on 2nd down, Knight. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Cook is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not feel like it hasn't been put on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking for it at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20 years.